Hello, my friends, and welcome back. The big club has a problem. The second big club emerges. We have the BRICS, and on the foundation of the BRICS, we're going to have the second club. Just a prediction, as long as Russia still has whomever has in power still. So let's read this article, which comes from Republic World from June 7th, 2022. And this is the title. BRICS nations pledge to deepen financial cooperation, boost macroeconomic policy. So, the finance ministries of central bank governors of the BRICS nations have published a joint statement agreeing to increase financial collaboration. So, yeah, who's isolated? Because we'll see. The finance ministers and central bank governors of the BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, have published a joint statement during a virtual conference on Monday, agreeing to increase financial collaboration and boost macroeconomic policy coordination. All these words are not good for the big club and the leader of the big club, because Russia is not isolated all of a sudden. So see how Zelensky is gonna say, okay, how about some peace here? Not that kind of peace process. The summit urged the global community to expand partnership, highlighting the macro policy coordination is essential in guiding the world's economy out of crisis and constructing a robust, sustainable, balanced, and inclusive post-pandemic economic recovery. According to Xianhua report, the conference, which was co-chaired by China's central bank governor He Yang and finance minister Liu Kun, covered subjects such as enhancing the contingent reserve arrangement and transition finance cooperation, among other things. Yi appreciated the BRICS nations' joint efforts in achieving significant progress in financial cooperation banks during the summit. BRICS nations' financial cooperation. It also reaffirmed that BRICS nations' commitment to a robust and effective global financial safety net. When you get in trouble, come to us. With a quota-based and sufficiently resourced IMF at its center. I don't like that. And called for the 16th General Review of quotas to be completed on time and successfully. The summit also emphasized the significance of transition finance in promoting an orderly green and low carbon transition, as well as the vital role of sustainable finance in the recovery of the world economy. In addition to this, under the chairmanship of BRICS China Union Minister for Finance and Corporate Affairs, Nirmala Sitaraman attended a second BRICS finance ministers and central bank governors meeting online. Well. So they say, you know what? How about we go deeper with BRICS than we already are? And in case one of us or one of you guys that are still watching the game from the sidelines and wait to be slapped around by then we are forming something that sound blah, 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 and tra-la-la. That means they will give or provide an alternative to the big club, which is always good because we want choice, don't we? Don't we want that? Competition, democracy, right? Capitalism, democracy. That's the same, right? Right there. Capitalism, competition, democracy. You choose, you have your own say, right? I don't want to buy from you, I buy from you. But if you don't have the option, I think I buy from you because you're the only one. Yeah. Let me tell you a little thing here in United States. When I moved here and I bought my house, You know, I started calling for utilities, for cable TV, for all the necessities, if you call cable TV. And the telephone was landline at that time. And I called, and I was surprised to find out that, for instance, for the landline, it was only one provider, no competition. It was the provider who covered the area. Then for the same for the cable TV, it was only one provider. You couldn't call two or three unless you would call, let's say, the satellite, the dish. But the one with the cable, it was only one provider. And the same with electricity, only one provider. Gas, only one provider. So all these things are one provider. You can't negotiate first, and there's no competition. The competition is done somewhere else. The guys that competed among one another to provide you with services in electricity or these things, no, well, whatever. That's how it was. There's some competition somewhere, but not in the ones I probably mentioned here. And I remember when I called the guys with the telephone, and they thanked me. Thank you for choosing Comcast. It was the Comcast. And I was like, you were the only ones who provide service here. What are you talking about? Thank you for choosing Comcast. I had no other choice. Mofos. Anyway, that's how it was with that. So the same with BRICS, and the new club will be two options at least, or maybe the third one if you're strong enough to try to stay unaligned, like it was the unaligned states between the so-called Cold War. And why I say so-called is because United States and Soviet Union, they were cooperating underneath. They were dealing, doing all kind of dealings and arrangements. It was just two spheres of influence. That's why when you say, "Oh my God, uh, evil empire collapsed, we bankrupt," blah, 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 it's much more than what they tell you in school here or in the mass media. Oh, we bankrupted them. It was a decision made among them, and they took off the little communist hat and they put another hat, and then there you have it. It was a reshuffling, a rearrangement of the world at that point, with certain guarantees that were then broken. And we see one result after what, 30 years almost? No, 30 years after all that, we see the first result on that. When this guy said, okay, this is the red line, we should have done this probably 20 years ago. First time when NATO admitted new members, that should have been the first move. But Russia was weak, or weaker, stronger now, but then Russia was weak economically, militarily, in the intelligence community. Remember, the United States had his CIA guys' offices in Moscow. They were inspecting and working with their Russian partners with the atomic sites, launching sites. The Russians did not do that in United States. Only the Americans did that to the Russians. So what did I tell you? Yeltsin's times, it was like a lady of the night, bent over, pants down, ready. That's how it's not only ready, done already. It's not ready like it's coming. No, it came already. All right, enough with this. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.